Hello, and welcome to Songs for the Struggling Artist, the blogcast. This is episode 373. My name is Emily Rainbow Davis. Thank you for listening. There has been a helicopter flying around for the last, I don't know how long, and I think it has ceased. But you can never be too sure about these helicopters. I don't know. This is like a new development in the city in the last few years where they just like to fly lots of helicopters around. I don't like it. But mostly, I hope that it will not intrude upon our process here of podcast recording. Oh, look, a motorcycle. It's like the motorcycle was like, oh, has the helicopter stopped? Now it's my turn. Anyway, recording conditions aside, welcome to the blogcast. If you're new to this experience, what is going to happen is I'm going to say a few words here. Then I'm going to read you this week's blog. Then I will sing you a song. Today's blog is about Patreon, about Facebook, and it's actually, I think, fundamentally about a lot of tech businesses who are falling further and further down holes, I think. I believe there is an official, who knows, but a term for this, which is called enshittification, and pretty much every platform is falling victim to enshittification. I listened to a whole podcast about it, and now I can't remember a single thing except for the name, which is accurate to my experience of a lot of these things. So feel free to Google enshittification and learn some more about it that perhaps you will retain the information of. I just remember the feeling and have the experience of all of these places becoming shitty and shittier all the time. Yeah. Apologies to the man who invented the term enshittification. I hope to remember who you are soon. Now, let me go ahead and read this to you. It is called Can Businesses Do the Business They Do, Please? By the time I signed up with Patreon, I'd had about 13 years of fundraising experience. Having started a theater company in 2001, I'd explored all kinds of ways to fund our work. In the beginning, it was just writing letters and asking for help. Weirdly, still the most successful method. Then, as the internet became more integrated into our lives, we watched charity donor portals come and go out of business, and then crowdfunding kicked in. We ran campaigns on CrowdRise and Indiegogo and probably a few others I've already forgotten about. These were all for my nonprofit theater, not for me personally. These were funds which only rarely benefited me in a financial way. But in those days, there was not yet a reliable way to get support for me as an individual artist. I could raise funds for projects, but not for my ongoing support, not for my writing, for example. Patreon came along as a way for folks who were making things on the internet to get paid for the things. It was started by a guy in a band having trouble monetizing all those views his band's videos were getting. So they invented a thing that would pay them for everything they made, a song, a video, or whatsoever. It was also a way to create a support system. It meant a monthly dose of support rather than a new round of fundraising every time you wanted to make something. For me, the prime value was a system that I could explain to people who wanted to support me and then just let it roll. The main value was that the system collected folks' credit card details and charged them for me once a month. In the intervening years, Patreon has shifted and changed in what it thinks it is. It added a membership model to its charge for thing model, And now the charge for thing model is mostly a relic that I still use and is largely unsupported, so I know they see it this way. There are a lot of glitches, and I lose patrons all the time because of how complicated fixing a declined card can be. And it may not even be that my grandfathered account is a different model. I've heard of many other artists with newer models who have also had big payment issues. Whatever is behind the platform curtain, I have only 1/3 of the income that I had last year at this time because of it. I've lost 2/3 of my income because of declined credit cards due to expiration dates or overactive fraud protection, and Patreon does nothing to help keep this from happening or remedy it when it does. The one thing I need Patreon for is becoming less and less effective. Instead of making what they do more effective, they're trying to expand and rebrand what they do. Every few months or so, I get emails about new products and ideas and services Patreon is thinking about. I participated in a survey recently where it was clear they were considering rolling out a campaign where they pitched themselves as the place to grow your creative business. They want to provide tools, education, and stuff to help creatives do their thing. And I gotta say, first, I don't think of my creative life as a business. Do I need support for my creative life? Yes, but it's not a business. And I don't need any further education or tips. I have taken all the marketing classes I care to. I do not need business tools. What I need is for someone to process my supporters' payments easily, seamlessly, and without too much fuss. I need someone to help my patrons when they run into trouble with that process, and that is literally all I need. But in all the changes and fuss around new developments, those things get pushed aside. I know I'm not a business person. But it seems to me that a business would do well to do the business that they do, rather than focus on other stuff they might do. I think they do this to expand growth or something, to have something to say at a board meeting. I guess people don't like to hear, "We're doing what we do very well and collecting money as usual." Boards probably like all the stuff like, "We're trying this new thing." I think this particularly happens with these digital platforms since the product is so ephemeral. We've all seen the way Twitter is falling apart from all these new products and improvements, banana business decisions and leadership aside. I follow many climate activists and action groups, most of whom were at the march in New York City last weekend, and Twitter didn't show me a single tweet from the 75,000 people strong protest. I joined Twitter to be able to see these kinds of news events in action, and its current algorithm is hiding them. Twitter isn't good for what Twitter was for anymore. And it seems to get worse every day. Facebook, too. I signed up for Facebook in 2007 so I could be in touch with my friends. Here in 2023, Facebook generally shows me the same 10 posts from the same 10 people over and over again with an endless scroll of suggested for you posts and ads. I'm lucky when I actually see news from someone I care about. I have over 1,000 Facebook friends, and Facebook would rather show me Big Bang Theory news, a show I have never watched, followed by a list of my friends who read The Atlantic magazine. I assume it's trying to get more data on me so it can guess how to sell to me better, but I'm here for the friends. Facebook doesn't do what it was made to do, what its success is built on. The drive toward endless growth is likely to kill the original impulse of the company. Patreon doesn't make supporting an artist or creator easy anymore, and Facebook doesn't show you what your friends are posting. These companies are going to innovate themselves right out of business. Eventually, other companies will do the things they used to do. I can get Ko-fi to support monthly payments to me. Substack might pay me for writing. And someone is bound to invent a better Facebook soon. What if the Levi Strauss Jeans Company was suddenly just not that interested in jeans anymore? What if they were like, we're really into sundresses now? Forget jeans. We only want to talk about strappy cotton sundresses. No jeans for any of you. I really don't want to start all over with new platforms. But when the old ones start innovating, they are usually jumping the shark. And even if we don't close our accounts, we will spend our time elsewhere. Apparently, I still have a MySpace account. Maybe I have two? But I haven't visited there in over a decade. I tried to log in just now, but I don't even know what email I was using when I made that account. I don't know what MySpace is trying to do in 2023. Did they innovate themselves out of relevance? I don't remember. I just stopped going there because it didn't serve my needs. I suspect Facebook and Twitter are both headed that way, and I'm worried that the same thing is going to happen to Patreon. The stakes are higher there because it is a significant source of income and support for me. Even if it's only a third of what it used to be, I'd be at a significant loss if it innovated itself out of existence. So not long after I posted this, Patreon launched the new Patreon. And they sent out emails to both creators and supporters about how it's brand new, exciting events, I guess. I don't know. Nothing that's new is of any use to me so far. So it's not oh, how exciting. I guess you can sell digital products now, which I thought you could do before, but maybe not. It's not something I do. So it's not, anyway, there's a bunch of other stuff that is absolutely not of use to me. Whereas, of course, the thing that would actually be of use to me is them straightening out their credit card situation. It's just, I found it comical. These emails were hilarious to me. Oh, really? This, that, and the other thing, how new and exciting. None of it was new or exciting. I guess it was new, but it wasn't exciting. Anyway, at least it wasn't, they didn't launch the we'll help you build your business idea. That at least I'm relieved about. But yeah, the new stuff, woo. I'm sure there are people for whom it is very useful, and I'm sure they're very happy, and I am glad for them. However, I did find it funny. So, what I have done for a song here, I don't know how you'll feel about it, but I enjoyed myself. So, I decided to do Hank Williams' song, Mind Your Own Business. I think he wrote it. I'm not 100% on that, but he is affiliated with the song if he is not its writer. In any case, I was working on Mind Your Own Business, and I just felt so uncomfortable about a lot of the verses. They're not overtly terrible, but it just feels like it's on the verge of becoming dangerous for women, for example. The first verse is, if the wife and I are fussing, brother, that's all right, 'cause me and that sweet woman's got a license to fight. And okay, maybe seeing marriage as a license to fight is okay. It's not inherently terrible. It's kind of a bummer, I guess, that one would see a marriage license as a license to fight. But it just feels like it so easily could tip into a land of please ignore our domestic violence. Thank you very much. There's just something about it. There's several verses that have that quality to me that are just like, hey, ladies, keep your noses out of this man's business, that I just found hard to get behind. So I wrote my own verses that are tech company specific, and I hope that you will enjoy them. It's a little bit silly, but why not? So I'm going to play that for you here at the end. Meanwhile, thank you so much for listening. If you like this podcast, please tell someone about it. Like, review, subscribe. If you can do those things in your podcast app, awesome. There's also a link in the show notes that I think will help, send it to your podcast app or any podcast app, I guess, that you can click on. I believe it is called Rate My Podcast. Feel free. I would love it. Thank you. And if you'd like to support this experience and the writing with your dollars, that would be amazing. Patreon.com/Emily R. Davis. I know I didn't give them a big vote of support in this here blog, but they really still are the best place at the moment. If that changes, I will let you know first. Absolutely. But for now, it feels like we got to fight it out there until there is a better option. So, please join the weirdness. Watch it from the inside. Get all the emails about the new Patreon as it comes down the pike. But also, there is Ko-fi. You can do a membership thing at Ko-fi, which is similar to Patreon if you prefer. I don't have anyone doing that for me personally, but I do have some membership support for the company for that, which, we make like $18 a month. It's nice from a couple of people. It's very kind. So Ko-fi is also a good option. That link is also in the show notes, or you can just, today someone very kindly just shot me a PayPal donation, so you can do that too. All of it is welcome. And if you'd like to join Substack, you can. No one has in the paid level yet, but hey, you never know. One day, perhaps. I do have a couple of free subscribers, which is great. Thank you very much for joining me there. I literally will go anywhere people are. So if you have a way that you prefer to support people, please let me know and I will join it. So thank you for listening to all of that. And now I shall play for you Mind Your Own Business with some revised lyrics. And I'm on guitar here. I hope that you enjoy it. If the algorithms did not interfere with our lives, maybe we would not have such anxiety vibes. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, you can help me to mind mine. Now Patreon used to be a useful tool. Now it likes to think that it's a business school. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, you can help me to mind mine. Facebook used to help me to keep up with my friends. Now it only shows me what it thinks are the trends. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, you can help me to mind mine. Hey, Instagram, LinkedIn, Reddit. Don't think I didn't write verses for you, too. I totally did. I just couldn't be bothered to sing them. But you're guilty of this, too. Why don't you mind your own business? me to see. No climate change, no theater, just conspiracies. Why don't you mind your own business?
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
'Cause if you mind your business, you can help me to mind mine. Spotify defaults to only popular things. They don't care what I want, they make their own kings. Why don't you mind your own business?
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
'Cause if you mind your business, you can help me to mind mine. Hey, could you just mind your own business? Yes, if you mind your business.
Really pay attention to your own
You can
business.
help me.
Stop trying to grow all the time. Do different stuff. Just mind your own business, please.